there's a couple things that people need to know. One of the first things that people need to know is what are California's priorities, right? What are California's priorities? Shout out to Carlton. That's how we started talking about that particular situation, right? Legitimate stuff are some of California's priorities. But what else are California's priorities? Here's another question. How do you become a California priority? Exactly. Shout out to AW1. AW1 says, yo, Rob, when they say woke, we already know that they're not talking about protecting black kids. Bro, facts. The same way they don't consider black people harmed by those migrants. They don't consider those angel crimes or angel babies. You know what I'm saying? That black girl in Chicago that got that bottle busted upside her head by the illegal migrant. She's not an angel. So we all know what time it is, right? We know what time it is. California lawmakers kicked off a special session of the state legislature on Monday. The reason? To fund a $25 million war chest, anticipated legal battles coming with incoming President Donald Trump's administration. Nearly 30 new state lawmakers were sworn into office at the state capitol in Sacramento. Legislative leaders gavelled in special session called by Governor Gavin Newsom that's geared towards protecting undocumented immigrants, reproductive rights, climate policy, and more from Trump's second administration. Okay? These are the priorities of California. Okay? These are the priorities of California. The regular 2-year legislative session also began Monday, but the special session will allow for a speedier lawmaking process. Newsom has requested the funding for the State Department of Justice and other Newsom has requested the funding for the State Department of Justice and other agencies, which are expected to file a flurry of lawsuits challenging Trump policies, as California Democrats did the first term. The governor's ask was introduced in bills Monday by Assembly member Jesse Gabriel, an Encino Democrat who chairs the body's budget commission. Okay. We will work with the incoming administration, and we want President Trump to succeed in serving all Americans, Newsom said in a statement. But when there is overreach, when lives are threatened, and when rights and freedoms are targeted, we will take action. Newsom expects to sign the legislation before Trump is sworn in on January 20th, and top Democratic lawmakers are on board. They'll do the bulk of that work in early January after a break, said Assemblymember Mark Berman in a Menlo Park Democrat. Just like 8 years ago, California, look at this. Just like 8 years ago, California must once again do everything we can to protect our 39 million residents and our economy, he said in an email. During both the special session and the regular session, we must double down on policies to defend reproductive freedom and autonomy, protect the environment, and invest in science and education. Now, let me ask you guys this question. How are California policies doing that? Shout out to Volvo. I appreciate you, Volvo. Make sure you guys hit that link that Volvo put in the chat. Hit it twice. Look what Gavin Newsom is willing to do. I want you guys, this is what I want people to, when these people say they cannot do something, there needs to be an archive of easily available information where we can say, nope, you did this, that, and that, and hand them the card with the bullet points and sit back and wait for them to say something, which they're not going to say anything back from because boom, you just got caught. You know what I'm saying? Boom, you just got caught, right? Republicans, however, blasted the special session as a tone-deaf stunt to raise Newsom's profile as a Trump foil. Politics observers say the Democratic governor will almost surely run for president in 2028 after his final term ends. All right. So now look at this. All right. I don't know if this is true or not. I don't know if you guys agree with this. I haven't really been paying attention to the to Gavin Newsom to that degree to know if these are things that he's going to be doing. But I think if they're mentioning this, it's something worth noting, right? How many of you all agree that Gavin Newsom will more than likely run for president in 2028? Now, mind you, by 2028, shout out to the people that hit that link that John just put in the chat. You know what I'm saying? And Volvo just put in the chat, tell from the cryptocurrency. We trying to be millionaires by the time Trump leave out of office. So, you know, we'll be watching this stuff, but you know what I'm saying, we'll be busy enjoying some nice crypto gains, right? But for the people that are not in that position, they'll probably be pretty interested in a Governor Gavin Newsom presidency. My question is, how do you all think a Governor Gavin Newsom presidency will work? So we need to start watching Gavin Newsom like a hawk. He's about to get a lot of videos and live streams done on him because we're going to be analyzing homeboy. He already is looking bad. And I'm trying to figure out why people should vote for him. Or why they shouldn't. I don't think that they should. Yeah, it's me. I don't like Gavin Newsom. Never have, never will. You know what I'm saying? Instead of taking the hint that Californians are growing tired of Democrat incompetence, Newsom is doubling down on his extreme agenda and using his special session to Trump-proof California with taxpayer dollars. California GOP chairwoman Jessica Milan Patterson said in an email, "It's clear that Gavin Newsom's 2028 presidential run is now underway, and Californians are simply pawns in his game." Okay. The $25 million set aside for litigation would be a tiny fraction of California's $288 billion 2024-2025 operating budget. But approving that budget required a series of measures to close a $27.6 billion deficit, including dipping into reserves. It was unclear Monday whether funding legal wars with Trump would come at the expense of other programs. Facts. Shout out to Black Free Thinker. Black Free Thinker said, well, if you're a degenerate, you ought to vote for Newsom. Bro, facts. If you guys agree with Black Free Thinker, give me a thumbs up. If y'all disagree with Black Free Thinker, give me a thumbs down. Shout out to Carlton. Carlton said they're going to get the female simps with the Gavin Newsom vote. The Democrats will push Newsom as a sex symbol to get the female simps. They probably will. That's hilarious. On the campaign trail, Trump slammed California as a den of crime, rampant inflation, and homelessness while taking shots at the Golden State's top Democrats. He also pledged to use the military to conduct mass deportations of immigrants without proper documentation, fueling anxieties of a worst-case scenario among Bay Area immigrant advocates. Democrats, including Senator Alex Padilla, Newsom, and Attorney General Rob Bonta, say they'll staunchly defend immigrants and will not cooperate with deportations. Why do you guys think that is? Why do you guys think that is? It's always interesting to me, right? It's always interesting to me when the people jump out the window. Because that tells you everything you need to know. For the most part, that tells you everything you need to know, right? Bonta announced Monday that lawmakers are sponsoring bills to ensure Californians can receive access to medication, abortions, and empowering the Attorney General to seek fines from local governments that restrict abortion providers. I want to make it unequivocally clear. California will remain a safe haven for reproductive rights, access to abortion care, no matter who's in the White House. Bonta said, a potential candidate to succeed Newsom said in a statement. After Trump's victory last month, Newsom and California Democrats quickly laid the groundwork to oppose the incoming Republican administration. It's a reprise role. During Trump's first term, California filed 122 lawsuits challenging his administration policies under the Democratic Attorney General, Xavier Becerra. That litigation cost the state $42 million, according to Newsom's office, and netted some victories. In one case, California and New York successfully sued the U.S. Department of Energy in 2017 to allow energy efficiency standards to go into effect nationally, which were expected to save consumers $8.4 billion and prevent nearly 100 million tons of greenhouse gas emissions. Another victory won California $60 million in federal public safety grants, the governor's office said. Once again, California's standoff with Trump is likely to be a major force in state politics for the next 4 years. But this time around, Newsom is stressing that he's open to finding common ground with the former president. Meanwhile, Assembly Speaker Rob Rivius and Senate President Pro Tem Mike McGuire say they'll be focusing on not resisting Trump, but making California more affordable. In fact, Newsom and Rivas have made overtures to California voters since Republicans nationally swept the November elections, reclaiming the White House and Senate, holding the House of Representatives. He made gains throughout the state in part because of discontent over inflation and living costs. In response, Newsom is touring conservative counties to highlight an economic development plan and has said that Democrats need to focus more on the economy. A spokesperson for Rivius did not return a request for commitment by press time. Okay. Nearly 30 new lawmakers were also sworn in at the Capitol on Monday. The new legislature includes a record-breaking number of women, 59 of its 120 members, one seat shy as the same number of men. Democrats still have complete control on the state government with supermajorities in both chambers of the legislature and holds on to all executive seats. So now let me ask you guys this question. What does this tell you about California politics? What did this tell you about politics in California?